所有东西都越来越好，就很开心。
Welcome back to Taiwan's very own smiling star, Tseng Ya-ni. This week on Sports Weekly, we're exploring the exciting sports action happening right here in Taiwan. Let's jump straight into the action. Hello and welcome to Sports Weekly. Though it's basketball season, baseball is taking center stage with all the excitement building in WBSC Premier 12. As the host of Group B, Taiwan's baseball team, playing as Chinese Taipei, has been preparing tirelessly, with players fully committed to giving their best on the field. What an unforgettable night in Taipei. The World Premier 12 Group B tournament kicked off on the 13th, with Taiwan's national team taking on South Korea at the iconic Taipei Dome. Prior to the game, Taiwanese-American singer Ozzy fired up the crowd with an electrifying pre-game performance, filling the atmosphere with excitement. Taipei City Mayor Chiang Wan-an, with a great sense of the moment, kept his speech short and sweet, letting the energy of the night shine.
今天大家进来大巨蛋是来看棒球的，不是来听我讲话。所以祝福世界12强赛事圆满成功，中华队加油！谢谢大家。
谢谢市长。
Lin Yumin, nicknamed Taiwan's hero against Korea, took the mound as the starting pitcher. Despite a shaky first inning, he still had the crowd of over 34,000 fans roaring with excitement. In the bottom of the second, Taiwan's offense came alive in a big way. Chen Chunwei smashed a grand slam, sending the fans into a frenzy at the Dome. And then Chen Chie-hsien stepped up to the plate and hit a two-run homer. Taiwan exploded with 6 runs in the inning, taking full control of the game. The crowd was ecstatic as Taipei Dome hosted its first ever international game with a full house. The energy was electric. In the end, Taiwan held on to win 6-3, taking the thrilling victory in front of a roaring home crowd. Fans in Taipei can catch the excitement of Group B matches at the Taipei Dome, where Chinese Taipei will face off against top teams like South Korea, Japan, and Cuba from November 13th to the 18th. For fans in Taipei, here are the upcoming Group B matches hosted at Taipei Dome. November 13th, Chinese Taipei versus South Korea. November 14th, Dominican Republic versus Chinese Taipei. November 16th, Chinese Taipei versus Japan. November 17th, Australia versus Chinese Taipei. November 18th, Chinese Taipei versus Cuba. Time for some hoops action as we check out the Taiwan Professional Basketball League, where the Hsinchu Lioneers played their home opener against the Taoyuan Leopards. The game started with the hosts jumping to a 10-3 lead. While the Leopards managed to narrow the gap to just 3 points at one stage, their outside shooting struggled, hitting only 1 out of 7 three-pointers in the first quarter. Meanwhile, the Lioneers, led by Earl Clark and Kennedy Meeks, who scored 9 and 8 points respectively in the first half, built a 14-point lead by halftime. In the second half, the Leopards' offense continued to falter, making just 4 out of 26 shots from beyond the arc and only 17 of 33 free throws. On the other hand, Earl Clark led the home team with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. 5 of the Lioneers players scored in double figures, contributing to a dominant 99-73 win. After the game, the team celebrated their victory alongside a special retirement ceremony for player Liu Qiming, who will transition into his new role as an assistant coach for the team.
这11年球员身份的吕其明，谢谢你。经历了大大小小的伤和这么多手术、打针、复健，还要承受一大堆的心理压力，还愿意坚持下来。我不懂当时的你到底在想什么，但。 谢谢你的坚持，才会有现在的我。
The Formosa Dreamers hosted the Kaohsiung Aquas, with Japanese idol Yua Mikami joining the cheerleading squad Formosa Sexy for a one-day special appearance. The Aquas led 19-15 after the first quarter, but the Dreamers, led by Eric Holman's 10 points and 6 rebounds in the second, tied the game 39-all by halftime. In the third quarter, the Dreamers went on an 11-4 run, opening up a 6-point lead. But the Aquas fought back to narrow the gap to 3 points. In the final quarter, despite the Aquas closing into just 1 point, Ma Tianhao's clutch three-pointer with 7 seconds left helped the Dreamers secure a 99-90 win. The Formosa Dreamers welcomed Jeremy Lin's new Taipei Kings the next day, but the Kings' offense came to a screeching halt during the game. The team struggled immensely, hitting only 4 of their 26 three-point attempts, making for a dismal 15.4% accuracy rate. Free throws were just as poor, with only 14 out of 29 made for a success rate of less than 50%. Jeremy Lin started and played 37 minutes, but was heavily guarded by the Dreamers. He finished with 3 successful field goals from 14 attempts and missed all 6 of his three-point shots. However, he contributed 11 rebounds and 7 assists. The Dreamers continued their impressive form. Bo Beach and Holman combined for 36 points, while Ma Tianhao, building on his hot hand from the previous game, contributed 14 points. In the final quarter, Ma's clutch three-pointer sealed the win as the Dreamers claimed an 87-76 victory. The Dreamers have extended their winning streak to 3 games and are maintaining their position at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, the Taipei Mars finally secured their first win of the new season by overcoming a 12-point deficit to defeat the Hsinchu Lioneers 94-84. After the break, we'll shift our focus to the Plus League and take you behind the scenes of the Premier 12 baseball tournament. Welcome back to Sports Weekly. The 2024 WBSC Premier 12 is officially underway, and the world's best are stepping up to the plate. Organized by the World Baseball Softball Confederation, this international tournament brings together the top 12 national baseball teams for a thrilling high-stakes competition. Taipei City will host 14 Group B games at the Taipei Dome and Tianmu Baseball Stadium. Manager Zheng Haoji shared that Taiwan's representative team, competing under the name Chinese Taipei, is fully committed to the tournament, with every player working tirelessly to showcase their talent and determination.
我们的球员们，他们都想要利用这次的机会来证明自己。那也希望我们可以期待我们可以打出一场一场感动的一个球赛。目标就是前进东京，然后打出好成绩。
The Chinese Taipei baseball team is supported by an all-star coaching staff, with Taiwan's legendary catcher Cao Chikang dedicating himself to passing on his expertise before the games. Chen Changhe has also been fully focused on guiding players in defense. This new generation Chinese Taipei team aims to deliver a stellar performance. Meanwhile, let's take this opportunity to look back at the highlights from the previous 2 tournaments. The journey of the Premier 12 has been nothing short of spectacular. Back in 2015, South Korea stunned the world by claiming the first ever championship with a thrilling win over the USA. Then, in the event's second iteration in 2019, Japan turned up the heat, capturing the title on their home turf and avenging their earlier defeat to Korea in dramatic fashion. Now in 2024, fans can expect strong performances and compelling matchups as the journey towards crowning a new champion continues. Over in the PLG, Taipei Fubon Braves import Nick King made his much-anticipated return after a long battle with a back injury, facing off at home against the league-leading Taoyuan Pilots. Kings spearheaded a dominant first quarter, guiding the Braves to a 35-22 lead with their signature fast-paced transition offense. Despite extending their advantage to 16 points in the second quarter, a scoring drought allowed the Pilots to close the gap to 7 by halftime. In the second half, Nick King's key plays, including assists and a steal, sparked a 9-0 run, giving the Braves a 20-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. The Pilots mounted a late comeback with 4 consecutive three-pointers, cutting the deficit to 3 with 16 seconds left. However, a critical traveling call on Trevon Graham in the final moments sealed the Braves' victory. Nick King delivered a game-high 29 points, along with 11 assists and 9 rebounds, narrowly missing a triple-double. His performance led the Taipei Fubon Braves to a 117-114 victory, handing the league-leading Taoyuan Pilots their first loss of the season. On Sunday, the Braves hosted the TSG Ghost Hawks, who were seeking their first PLG win, and the visitors came out with fiery energy. The Ghost Hawks nailed 6 of 9 three-pointers in the first quarter, building an 18-point lead. Mongolian sharpshooter Bayasgalan Del Guchelon forced multiple Braves turnovers and also scored 5 quick points. By halftime, the Ghost Hawks led 49-33. The Braves then mounted a third-quarter comeback, scoring 39 points to cut the deficit to 8. Zhou Guiyu led a fourth-quarter rally to briefly tie and take the lead. However, Gu Mao Weijia delivered in clutch moments, finishing with a game-high 23 points, including 5 three-pointers. Import player Ziga Dimic added a double-double with 19 points and 14 rebounds. The Ghost Hawks held off the Braves' late push, sealing a 99-93 win for their first PLG victory. The Taoyuan Pilots sit at the top of the Plus League standings with a strong 3-1 start. The Taipei Fubon Braves, on the other hand, have faced challenges in achieving consistent performances. Meanwhile, the Steelers are still searching for their first win. The league remains highly competitive as teams battle for early positioning. The Mulan League season is nearing its end, with the championship battle reaching its climax. Last weekend's clashes saw top-tier teams facing those lower in the standings. For the 3 title-contending teams, victory was essential to keep control of their championship fate. First, New Taipei Hongyuan FC went up against bottom-ranked Hualien. Trailing by 2 points, Hongyuan needed a win to stay in the title race. However, Hualien played with grit, disrupting Hongyuan's offensive flow. The score remained deadlocked through the second half, ending in a 0-0 draw. With only 1 point gained, Hongyuan lost control of their fate and must now rely on the results of the other contenders. Meanwhile, at the Nansi Football Stadium, third-ranked Taichung Blue Whale faced lower-ranked Taipei Bravo. Like Hongyuan, Blue Whale was under pressure to win, but struggled in the first half with defensive lapses. Bravo took advantage, earning a penalty in the 20th minute, which Xu Yiyin converted to give Bravo an early lead. After half-time, Blue Whale adjusted and finally found their rhythm. In the 59th minute, they capitalized on a corner kick, with Liu Tianyin skillfully curling the ball off the post and into the net to equalize the score. Blue Whale pressed forward, taking the lead in the 71st minute when Chen Jinwen headed in a cross. 10 minutes later, Lin Yaxuan broke through Bravo's defense for a third goal, securing a 3-1 victory. The final match saw the league leaders Kaohsiung Attackers host Taoyuan Mars. The Attackers started cautiously, but as Mars' defense began to tire, they seized their opportunity. In the 39th minute, Lui Mengfang slipped into the box and headed in the Attackers' first goal, breaking the deadlock and steadying her team. Less than 3 minutes later, Lui struck again, netting her second goal before halftime. In the second half, the Attackers grew increasingly confident. Substitute Chen Yuqing broke through the defense in the 70th minute, sidestepping the goalkeeper and adding a third goal. Finally, in the 77th minute, Minori Wakabayashi scored the fourth, sealing a decisive 4-0 victory. The Attackers now lead the standings with 30 points, 3 points ahead of Blue Whale and 4 ahead of Hongyuan. In the upcoming makeup match on November 16th, Hangyuan and Blue Whale will face off, both needing a win to keep their title hopes alive. If the match ends in a draw, the attackers will secure the championship title with a victory over Taipei Bravo. The Taiwan Football Premier League is currently on pause due to the FIFA International Match window. The Chinese Taipei men's football national team is scheduled to play a friendly A-level match against Singapore on November 18th. After a narrow 2-3 loss to Cambodia in October, the team is training in Malaysia to prepare for the upcoming game. In the October match against Cambodia, Christopher Tiao made his national team debut and provided a crucial assist for the team's second goal. Reflecting on his experience, Tiao expressed immense pride in representing Chinese Taipei on the international stage.
I was glad to make my debut against Cambodia the other month. Obviously, it was disappointing that we lost 3-2, but it was a great moment for me to make my debut for this country. But also, I managed to get an assist, which hopefully I can keep providing for the team in the upcoming games and in the future. Obviously, the game was a tough one, but I think now at this camp we're ready to bounce back and do bigger things with the squad. Yeah, so this training camp, it's been good so far. We're only a couple days in, but we have a couple of new faces that I don't recognize, obviously. But it's nice to see that everyone's bonding together and that the team is really starting to come together more. Practice has been good. We've been focusing on a lot of tactical stuff that will help us succeed more against Singapore. And so hopefully we can get a result from that. So for this camp, obviously our goal is to come out of the camp with 3 points. Means we get the win against Singapore, and that's the most important thing there is right now. But some other goals that we want to achieve is obviously get more chemistry with the team, or better connection. And so going forward into the next month's competition, we can have a good baseline so that we can succeed and hopefully do big things in the tournament. I'd like to invite all the Taiwan football fans to come out and support on the 18th against Singapore, or you guys can follow along online and hopefully keep rooting for us and cheering for us as we hopefully get 3 points from this game.
Following their friendly match against Singapore, the Chinese Taipei men's national football team will participate in the preliminary round of the 2025 EAFF E1 Football Championship in Hong Kong from December 7th to the 17th, 2024. They have been placed in Group A alongside Mongolia and the host Hong Kong. The team aims to secure the top position in their group to advance to the final tournament scheduled for July 2025 in South Korea. After the break, let's say long time no see to our beloved Ya-ni. We'll be right back.
所有的东西都越来越好，就很开心。那我觉得当然就是今天打了7个 birdie， 然后也花了很多，但我至少我觉得可以打 birdie 比什么都还要重要。
The recently held Sampo Open in Taiwan brought a delightful surprise for fans. A familiar face with a radiant smile graced the course. It was none other than Taiwan's own beloved golf superstar Tseng Ya-ni making a joyful return as she recovers from injuries.
当下我听到就飙泪了，就是因为我不想再开了。我觉得我一开始是很抗拒的，我觉得 我因为开了左边，然后这么久的复健过程，我觉得我都要回美国了，为什么右边又发生这种事情？这次9月回去的时候，他就说：“你都恢复得非常的好了。”第一次听到他说你可以去比赛了，因为过去2-3年他都说不要比这样。
From Tseng Ya-ni's early days in Taoyuan to becoming a global sensation, her story is nothing short of inspiring. At just 15, she won the 2004 U.S. Women's Amateur Public Links Championship, defeating future star Michelle Wee in a thrilling finale. Turning professional in 2007, she wasted no time making history. At 19, Tseng claimed her first major victory at the LPGA Championship, becoming the youngest winner in the tournament's history. By 2011, she had dominated women's golf, winning 5 major titles and holding the world #1 ranking for an incredible 109 consecutive weeks. Despite facing challenges with injuries and form in later years, Tseng remains a symbol of resilience and excellence. Now, her return is a moment of celebration for fans and a reminder of her extraordinary legacy. Welcome back, Ya-ni. We can't wait to see what's next. Tseng Ya-ni is a trailblazer in women's golf. Not only was she the youngest winner of the LPGA Championship in 2008, she also boasts 5 major titles. With 109 consecutive weeks at world #1, she stands as one of the sport's greatest players. Here are 5 uplifting moments from this week in sports, both on and off the field. Number 5. The CTBC brothers celebrated their 10th CPBL championship with a grand parade in Taichung, drawing 150,000 fans and concluding with a fan festival at the Intercontinental Baseball Stadium. The festivity started with cheerleaders from the Passion Sisters squad performing a warm-up dance, followed by the parade led by manager Keiichi Hirano and team captain Wang Wei-chen. Players, cheerleaders and fans interacted as the double-decker buses traveled through the city. Many fans followed the procession on scooters or cheered from the roadside, waving flags in a lively celebration. Number 4. Taiwan's badminton duo, the Twin Towers, Wang Qilin and Chu Xiangqie, faced Malaysia's Aaron Chia and So Wee-yik in the Super 300 Korea Masters semi-finals. Despite their strong effort, they fell short with scores of 17-21, 16-21, missing out on the championship match. This marks their 3rd semi-final appearance in the BWF World Tour this season. Number 3. In table tennis, Lin Yinru displayed remarkable resilience at the World Table Tennis Championships in Frankfurt, battling through 3 consecutive 5-game matches to reach the semi-finals. On November 9th, he faced China's 19-year-old rising star Lin Shitong. Despite showing strong tactics and pushing hard in the early games, Lin Yinru's journey ended in the semi-finals. Number 2. Taiwan's top-ranked men's table tennis player Lin Yinru is stepping into a new role as a co-owner of a U.S. professional table tennis team, earning the nickname Boss Lin. Additionally, the WTT has confirmed his qualification for the men's singles category in the upcoming WTT finals in Fukuoka. Number 1. The Rice Heaven Tianzhong Marathon in Changhua, known as Taiwan's most heartwarming marathon, attracted 16,500 participants this year. The event once again featured an impressive array of food at the aid stations, including 2 whole roasted pigs, 100 roast chickens, and 20 kilograms of premium steak. Cheerleaders energized runners with lively performances, while Yunlin's Herbal Cuisine Day offered 20 nourishing dishes for free tasting, adding to the festive spirit. To wrap up, Sports Weekly leaves you with the incredible baseball cheering atmosphere that can only be seen in Taiwan. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay active.